Some celebs call us loco. You know we are next, call it mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. Photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm loco. But for now, I preserve the beat, I'm more.
Come on, man. Welcome to your daily Man United news. Yeah? You know I'm back with it. You know I'm always consistent. I'm always here. I always show up. Come on, bro. But this is like the lunchtime when I'm just going to tell you about everything that's happened today, earlier on. And then I'll be back on later and I'll update a bit more. So we got the Mbuemo news. This has been dragging on for ages now, you know. I just want this thing to just done, to just be calm. But it just keeps coming out every day. This is the guy that broke the news that Tottenham made a 70 million bid. Sky Sports, Liao, whatever it is, yeah? He said that Tottenham made a 70 million bid, apparently, before. Now he's coming out and saying Man United are relaxed about their pursuit of Brian Mbuemo, despite being aware of Tottenham's interest in him. Mbuemo is intrigued by Spurs, but is still leaning towards United. So you've just basically just told us a whole load of nothing, right? Because you've told us before that Tottenham made a 70 million bid that nobody has confirmed all now. And now you're just like, oh yeah, like they know about Tottenham's interest in him, but they're relaxed. Bro, of course we're relaxed because no one else has bidded for him. It's just genuine. And then we've got Pete Hall, he's kind of reliable for United. Tottenham signing Tel on a permanent basis is understood to have been accelerated after Spurs learned that Brian Mbuemo, who the club inquired about this week, still sees Man United as his preferred destination. This is what I'm saying. No one ain't bidded for him. He said he wants Man United. It came out from Ornstein, Fabrizio, the main guys ages ago, and no one's bothered to bid. Why would you bid for someone that's saying, I prefer da-da-da-da-da? It's like us bidding right now for Gyökeres. He's came out and said, I prefer Arsenal over United. We're not going to go and bid for him. So, yeah, Pete Hall's reliable. And then obviously it comes out in the United stand from Samuel Locker. He's the one that does men. And he basically said that Onana has advised Brian Mbuemo to join Man United. So he's been in his ear. Remember, they play for the same national team, Cameroon. So he's been in his ear. But it's crazy that Onana's putting in the work for us for Mbuemo to join. But we want Onana to go. So it's crazy. It's like, yeah, bring Mbuemo and then you got a bounce type of thing. But yeah, that's the situation with Mbuemo. Not really a massive update, but it's just today, this morning. All this news is from today. Everything I'm going to talk about is more or less today. They're talking about Mbuemo again, and they're just saying that Man United are relaxed. We're cool. We're still talking with Brentford. We're going to still try agree a deal, but for now, we're cool. Like, Tottenham's interested, but we're still relaxed. That just shows that Tottenham never bidded. And yeah, it's just, we're still talking with Brentford, basically. That's the situation. Then we've got Onana. He's expected to stay at Manchester United despite speculations of an exit. Amran enjoys a warm working relationship with the goalkeeper. So, bro, just because you're getting us Mbuemo and you're in his ear and you're talking to him to come, that doesn't mean you should be sitting there and staying. Do you know what I'm saying? You should be saying, you know what, let me go. But then again, who's even after him? Who wants him? This guy's been linked with nobody. Like, the only person that I've heard that he's even linked with, it could be a Saudi Arabia. So if it's not Saudi Arabia coming in for Onana, no, who's going to buy him? Because I can't see no one being after him. Even when we was after him and he was at Inter Milan, it was only us. Do you understand? So, of course he's going to stay. If no one comes for him, someone like Saudi to give him the bag, no, where's he going to go? I can't see nobody coming in for him. It's not going to happen. So he's expected to stay because there's no bids. It's not expected to stay because we want him here. It's because no one's going to bid for him. He's not going to go nowhere. So we need Saudi Arabia to come and help us out. But it seems like they don't help us out. They used to help out Liverpool, Fabinho and Henderson's and all of these guys. But who's gone to Saudi from our team? We thought Casemiro would go this year. No one ain't even come for him. And Casemiro, it can only really be Saudi as well. That's going to come for him and pay his wage and add on top of that as well. So yeah, no one is expected to stay despite all the speculation of an exit. and he's got a good relationship with Ruben Amorim. Remember, his house got robbed. Him and his girlfriend got robbed or something. He gave him a break. Yo, chill, don't come in to work a few times. So him and Ruben have got a little relationship, but I think he still needs to go, man, regardless. Alejandro Garnacho. So Sky Sports has come out. I've left the time at the bottom on the date. Earlier on today, about 8 o'clock, and they basically said Napoli have 45 million to spend on either Jack Grealish or Garnacho, but won't take them both. Could Jack Grealish be headed to the Italian side, Napoli? 45 million. I don't think we're selling Garnacho for 45 million. As you can see on the other side, from the Mail Sport today, it says Alejandro Garnacho has a 70 million price tag, and it's unlikely to leave cheaply. Tottenham, Chelsea, Aston Villa are all interested. He prioritised a Premier League stay. And that's what came out yesterday as well, that Bayer Leverkusen wanted him, Eric Ten Hag, but he's giving some crazy demands for teams that are not in the Premier League because he don't want to go there. He's giving some crazy demands for his wages, like, pay me this then. And then they're just saying, what are you talking about? Like, you're like 20 years old and they're not even going in for him. So that's what he might be doing to Napoli anyway. 45 million, they're not going to spend that. They won't get Garnacho for 45 million. We've put a 70 million price tag on his head. That's for Premier League. Let's be honest now. For Premier League, and then they'll probably get dropped down to 60 by the time they've negotiated. But for someone out of Europe, it will probably be 55 or something like that. Maybe 50. Do you understand? Like base fee and then a little bit of add-ons. But I can't see him going for 45. That's too low. And I can't see him going for 70. That's way too high. But I can't believe Garnacho's even in the same picture frame as Grealish. Grealish shouldn't even be going for 45 million. The way he has played this season and last season, he didn't score a goal for a whole year. He shouldn't even be in the same bracket as Garnacho. Garnacho is like the third highest goal scorer for players his age or something like that. So, yeah, he's done way better than him. So Garnacho is definitely going to leave. But he thinks he wants to go to the Premier League, but who's going to get him? It says Tottenham's interested, Chelsea and Aston Villa are all showing interest, and he prioritises Premier League. I can't see where he will go in the Premier League. Aston Villa's got PSR problems. Chelsea, they're in for Gittins. If they don't get Gittins, maybe. Tottenham, they've just signed Tell. Are they going to go for another? I don't know. I can't see him going there. And you got to remember, everyone is seeing the attitude problem. It's not just us. We're hearing about Ruben and the argument. They're seeing it just how we're seeing it. So they must know these things as well. This geezer's, he's got little issues and attitude problems, and he already thinks he's Ronaldo right now. But I know Garnacho is going to become the player that he wants to become. So I don't want him in the Prem. I'd rather him go abroad and do that. Give him a couple of years and then he becomes a star. But to see him in the Prem and score against us, and he'll probably even celebrate, it's crazy. And then next we got Ekitike that just came out literally at 1 o'clock, so not even an hour ago. Man United have held initial talks with Frankfurt over the signing of Hugo Ekitike. United are exploring the conditions of the deal. Personal terms are not expected to be a problem, and the player could be open to a potential move. Sky Sports CF, he's a bit reliable, to be honest. But this is just more links from yesterday. I'll show you the ones from yesterday. When Plettenberg said breaking, Man United have made contacts with Ekitike over the weekend. It's more concrete. So it's just basically, it started in Germany where Frankfurt is, and he's a good Germany journalist. And now it's got to England. So it's just trying to show basically how reliable this is, that it's moving from Germany to England. They're picking up on it over here. Fabrizio's already picked up on it, and he's the main one. So Ekitike is heating up. I didn't think we was really in for him like that. I thought it was a smoke screen, but it seems like we are really in for him. And then we got more news here with like Manchester United have already decided to keep Joshua Zirkzee and only want to sell Rasmus Hojlund permanently. That's music to my ears, because I can't have us selling Zirkzee and keeping Hojlund. Imagine it was the other way around. Oh, we can see potential in Hojlund, but let's get rid of Zirkzee. That would have been mad. But Inter Milan, who wants a simple loan with a buy option, will knock on the door again. So Inter Milan, they just want a simple loan with a buy option. So they want to take him for a year. And then after that year is finished, they'll turn around and go, should we buy him? Should we not? I can't see them buying him. obviously them leagues are a bit slower and whatnot, and he might bag some goals and he might get luck over there, but still, it's just a risk, and you're going to be back stuck with the same problem next year. Say he comes back. Look at right now, the second. We've got Rashford back, Anthony's back, Malasia's back, Sancho's back. They're on full wages right now, and they're not wanted here. They're just sitting there. So what is the point? Like, we need to put some obligation in this so Hojlund can go there. Do what you got to do. If you bag goals or not or whatever, you got to go. They have to buy you. I don't know Sancho 5 million to opt out obligation, a proper one. Yeah, obligation in the dictionary where you have to buy him. That's what we need to do. And then we got I'll go to the other Rasmus one. It says Manchester United value Rasmus Hojlund at 45 million euros. In the coming days, Inter will have a meeting with the Inter Merit, whatever, regarding the Danish striker reports. So that's agents, etc. So that's going to happen in the next couple of days. It's going to be Hojlund, Inter Milan. They're going to proper talk about it. But like it says on the left, on the report on the left from Core Sport and Gazzetta, they're both Italian journalists, by the way. So they're Italian. They're over there where Inter Milan is. So they're very reliable. And yeah, so that seems like it's going to happen soon. And like we've said, Hojlund, we want him to get sold permanently. So that's an obligation, or just buy outright. Just buy him. And then we've got Victor Gyökeres. The race for Victor Gyökeres is still open. Al Hilal want to submit a new offer. Meanwhile, Premier League clubs, Galatasaray, Juventus, and are still interested. Galatasaray just bought Sane, Leroy Sane, and gave him crazy wages. I can't see them getting another player and giving him crazy wages. You got to remember, Osimhen turned down Saudi already. He already turned them down. So I don't know what type of money this guy wants. If he's turning Saudi down already and they're going back in for him, like it says, Al Hilal want to submit another offer, they're still in for him, then the race for Osimhen is still open. But if he's turning down Saudi, I can't see what any of us, any team on that list, any Premier League club is going to offer him that he's going to accept. I can't see it. So that's come out earlier on from Fabrizio Romano, the #1 journalist, him and David Ornstein. So it's very reliable. But the race is still open for Osimhen. And then yesterday it came out, Osimhen priority is to play Champions League football. That kind of took us out of it. Manchester United and AC Milan are not seen as front runners. But today, it's come out that Premier League clubs are still involved. Is that us? Is that Chelsea? Is that Arsenal? Is that Liverpool? Who knows? But yeah, so that's the situation. And then we just got Garnacho from before. What's his name? Fabrizio said about him yesterday. He just spoke about the Bayer Leverkusen and the Ten Hag appreciation, but it looks complicated because, like I said, he's asking for some crazy demands, crazy wages. So he wants to stay in the Premier League. But if you're in the Bundesliga or Italian league and you want me, all right, give me 200 grand a week, for example. He's saying stupid stuff that they're not going to give to a 20-year-old, and then obviously then the talks will die down, etc. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes. But yeah, I'm going to round it up. Garnacho is basically 70 million. That's his price tag. Napoli's got 45 million. They want to spend it on someone. They've been linked with him heavily. Tottenham, Chelsea, and Aston Villa are all interested in Garnacho, but we don't know where he's going to go. It's going to be interesting to see where he ends up. Osimhen, it came out yesterday that he wanted Champions League football and that Manchester United was not in the race. And then it's come out today that the race for Osimhen is still open. Al Hilal want to submit a new offer. Meanwhile, Premier League clubs, Galatasaray and Juventus are still interested. I've heard nothing about Arsenal being interested. I've only heard Arsenal's interested in Gyökeres and Sesko. So it could be Man United and Chelsea. Who knows what the Premier League clubs are? We're the only two that really need a striker. And Liverpool if they sell Darwin Núñez. Zirkzee, Man United want to keep him. Rasmus Hojlund, we want to sell him permanently. Inter Milan are knocking on the door. And then it says from Gazzetta that 45 million is what we want, euros. And in the coming days, they're going to have a little interview with his agents, etc. And they're going to try and sort it out. So he looks like he's on his way out. Ekitike came out yesterday about how we've made contact with his team and Frankfurt in the weekend, asking for how much would it be, etc. And then obviously it's come out today. Oh, look at me. And then it's come out today that withheld talks basically from Sky. So it's from Germany, they've reported it, and then Sky. And that's one thing you always got to realize is when it's getting closer and closer to home, it's getting more serious. Because Germany can report it all they want, because they're within Milan there. But now it's getting closer to us. That's when you got to know things are getting serious. Do you know what I mean? And then Onana is looking to stay. He's got a good relationship with Ruben Amorim. He's expected to stay. The only people that can really come in for him is Saudi Arabia, and they don't seem like they're interested in him. So I can't see where he goes. I can't see no one making a bid. No one in the Premier League, no one in another league saying, yeah, I want you, here's 30 million or something. I can't see it happening. So he thinks he's going to stay. He's expected to stay. He's got a good relationship with Ruben. I can't see Ruben just saying, yeah, you have to leave when we've got other positions at the moment. We need a striker. We need a midfielder. We need other positions right now. So I think he's just like, all right, we'll leave it for now. And then, but if a bid comes, it comes. But Saudi don't want to help us out. And last but not least, with this summarizing, Mbuemo has just come out today that we're relaxed, basically. Onana's, true say he's Cameroonian. He's basically had words with him come true, and he's advised him to come to United, and he wants to come to United anyway. And the same geezer, Sky Sports Leao, that said that they bidded 70 million, Tottenham bidded 70 million, has now come out and said, oh, Man United are relaxed. And that Mbuemo was intrigued by Spurs, but he's still leaning towards Manchester United. It's the same guy, you know, that said that they bidded 70 million. So now he's not even talking about the bids or nothing no more. He's just saying, Man United are relaxed. Spurs are intriguing because of Thomas Frank, but he's still leaning towards United. And then Pete Hall, who is reliable, said that they signed Tell. The fact that they signed Tell, it shows basically that they're not going to come for Mbuemo. And then Mbuemo they inquired about Mbuemo this week, and he still sees Man United as his preferred destination. So yeah, that was meant to be a little quick 15-minute roundup. It's been a bit over, but you get the gist. I'll be back on later with all the Man United news, transfer news, etc. Stay tuned. Thanks.
What's some celebs pull up local? You know we are next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more